grinding effort, a grinding result. And it was a great way to win. There's plenty of things we can do better, and there's plenty of things we will do better. But mate, when it comes from here, and we play 4 quarters in, that's the basis for us.
Some exclusive footage captured by Collingwood media after the Magpies' big ANZAC Day win over the Bombers on Saturday. Welcome to Mondays with Maxy. I'm Michael Christian, and joining me is the man who captained the side to 3 ANZAC Day wins, Nick Maxwell.
How good was that? Excellent. Seeing that inner sanctum, being a part of it, and you could also see the players are so focused and so engaged in what Bucks are saying. So really good to see, and great to see for those supporters out there.
Maxy, it was a great win. What did you take out of it?
For me, it was just the contest, the hardness around the contest, the players' hunger for the contest. We're actually first in the whole league for contested possession across the first 4 rounds, and 4th for tackles. So 2 crucial stats, which is great to see. I mean, it was great to have Taylor Adams back as well. He was really hard in and under there. But every player, when it was their time to go, they just had a crack. So it was great to see, mate. And I think that's what your supporters want. They just want guys burrowing in and having a crack.
And the tackling pressure was just immense.
It was excellent. They couldn't get their running game going, Essendon, and that means they had to chip the ball around a lot more, and that obviously suited our defenders in particular, because it was always going to be a slow play, so everyone could sort of man up, get their guys somewhere along the line, and they could keep chipping backwards and forwards. But it was because we were winning at the contest, and the one time that Essendon really started to get back into it, that's when they got on top of that contested possession around the ball. But very quickly, that was probably early in the second quarter, but then after that, great to see this as well. Boys getting fired up. You see how much it meant to them.
That was right near you.
It was. I was going to jump over the line and get involved.
Plenty of good players, but who was your best?
I had to give it to the ANZAC Day medalist, Paul Seaman. He was excellent. He had over 800 metres, which is a really important stat, the way that he carried the ball and his long kicking. But it was also great to see this tackling, something that he's not renowned for, Seedy. He's getting in there and getting his hands dirty with his tackling. His long kicking's always been a feature of his game, and obviously that long goal we're going to see later on, that was sensational. But the thing with Paul is, we know the talent he's got, we know how good he can be. His challenge now is to back it up consistently. We've seen this before from him. We've got to make sure that he continues to do it, and that his best games and his worst games, he can close the gap between them. And how good was that? Really important time in the game. Great goal.
He's got all the talent in the world, hasn't he?
Oh, absolutely. He can break the lines. He's lightning quick. And as I said, his long kicking, that was a real focus.
Well, Collingwood media spoke to Paul Seaman in the room after the match.
It's pretty amazing. I obviously grew up watching the majority of the ANZAC clashes, and blokes that I grew up admiring, like going right back to Sav Rocker, Taryn, Johnson, obviously Heater, Pendles and Swanee winning 2 each. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty surreal to sort of feel, I've joined them in that club of winning an ANZAC Day medal.
Yeah, great game by Paul Seaman. Now, Maxy, as defenders, we don't get enough credit. That's the bottom line. All the plaudits go to the forwards and the mids. We're going to focus in on the defenders.
Absolutely, mate. The first 4 weeks, we probably spent too much time talking about those guys up the ground, the pretty players, but here we want to talk about the men's department. Oh, geez, Nathan Brown, how good was he on Jake Carlisle? Carlisle tore us apart last year. That was the game, my last game. Tore me apart, certainly, but Brownie was sensational on him. Frosty was excellent. And great to see Tyson Goldsack. Obviously played as that forward, putting real pressure on over the last probably 18 months, but he's gone down back to really shore up that young defence and work really well. Vice captain of the club now, so his leadership's important down there.
And Frost's closing ability is a real hallmark, isn't it?
Absolutely. He's got plenty of speed. He's a real athlete. And look, you can see him here coming off his man a couple of times to make sure he impacts and keeps his feet, which is important for defenders to stay in the contest. And Goldie, some good hardness there. But even Marley Williams, I think that was probably his best game for the year as well. And we know Langdon's had a very good start to the year. Jackson Ramsey was good as well, so just great to see they're working together. Alan Tuvey, how can I forget about Alan Tuvey? We always forget about Tuvey, but it was just great to see them all working together and all playing their role.
And of course the pressure up the ground certainly helped, but you want to focus in on here a bit of team defence, which was again a real feature from the game on Saturday.
I do. There's a clip that we're going to look at now. When you're looking at your defenders and what they have to do when the opposition have the ball, the number one thing is pressure on the ball carrier. So the priority is to put pressure on the ball carrier. The second thing is to make sure that any receivers are covered. So you've got to come off your man at the right time to put pressure on. So what you're going to see in this next clip, you're going to see Nathan Brown leave Jake Carlisle to put pressure on the ball carrier. That's number one. Number two, in the background, you'll see Jack Frost leave his man Danaher to go and put pressure on the guy that would be the receiver, which is Jake Carlisle. Have a look at this clip and we'll talk through it. Here we see Nathan Brown coming off his man, the kick goes over the top and Jack Frost just goes. Just trusts that someone's going to back up for him, puts pressure on and he turns the ball over further up the ground. So he knows obviously if he goes the wrong time or doesn't trust that someone's going to come behind him, Carlisle gets that ball and he can just kick it to Danaher all by himself. But if he impacts that contest, we know we turn it over further up the ground.
And he was so decisive. He had to go 30 metres, but when he made the decision to go, he went and
absolutely
impacted.
And it wasn't the only time it happened. It happened quite a few times. Tyson Goldsack did it a few times, but that's what you got to do as defensive group. You've got to trust that the other guy's going to come forward. And you can see that young defence, they're really starting to trust each other.
Now this week's Mondays with Maxy special is the ANZAC Day Guernsey auction. That's right. You have the chance to win what the players wore on Saturday afternoon, personally signed, Maxy.
Game worn, personally signed. So the auction ends on Sunday. And if you don't pick up one of those auction items, you can still get an ANZAC Day Guernsey. They're just $120 or $110 for members only. There's only 100 of them left. So make sure you get on quickly. And of course, a percentage of the profits go to the RSL. So keep supporting them. But get online, auctions.collingwoodfc.com.au and pick up a match-worn jumper.
Absolutely. Outstanding again today, you.
Thanks, mate.
Great win, and looking forward to the big game on Friday.
Going to be a cracker.
Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the new VFL show. It's From Luley Street, featuring Brent McCaffer and Anthony Rocker. Thanks for watching.